I thought the email was just another holiday promo. It was past midnight in Los Angeles, the apartment quiet except for the low hum of the fridge. I almost deleted it, but the subject line froze me. Your DNA results are ready. I clicked. At first, everything looked normal. Percentages of West African roots, a splash of Mediterranean, tiny maps glowing on the screen. Then I scrolled down and saw a bright red note. We found an immediate family match. Parent-child. Michael Williams, no genetic link. Accurate, my father's name. I read it again and again. The room started to tilt. This had to be a glitch. Dad and I share the same dimple, the same stubborn left eyebrow. A computer couldn't tell me otherwise. I slammed the laptop shut. My heart was a drum in my chest. But curiosity clawed at me. I opened it again. My brother Daniel's profile showed the same alert. No paternal match. I whispered into the empty room. This can't be real. I grabbed my phone and hit call. Daniel answered on the second ring, his voice heavy with sleep. Grace, it's midnight. Check your email, I said, my voice trembling. For what? The DNA results. Read them, now. I heard sheets rustle, a keyboard tap, and then silence so long it buzzed in my ear. Finally, he said, "What the hell is this?" So you see it too. It says Dad isn't... Are you messing with me? I wish I was. The line went dead. Sleep was impossible. By dawn, I was in my car. Los Angeles still draped in fog, driving across the city to Daniel's apartment. He opened the door before I knocked, eyes red, laptop open on the kitchen table. The same red alert glared at us. "Do you think Mom knows?" he asked. The question landed like a stone. Of course Mom knew. That evening we called her. The familiar living room in Ibadan, Nigeria, flickered to life on the screen. Mom wore a soft scarf, her face calm, until she saw ours. "Mom," I said carefully, "we did a DNA test." "Oh, for fun?" she asked with a weak smile. "Stop," Daniel cut in. "We need the truth. Dad isn't our father." "Who is he?" Her smile collapsed. Silence stretched so long, I heard my own heartbeat. "Grace, Daniel," her voice cracked. "This isn't a conversation for the internet." "Then when?" I snapped. "Because everything we know about ourselves is a lie." She looked away, wiping a tear. "Your father, the man you call Dad, James Williams, he raised you. He is your father in every way that matters." "That's not an answer," Daniel said. The screen froze on her face, then went black. Daniel slammed the table. "We're going to Ibadan. You're serious. Next flight. I'm not living with a question mark for a father." 2 days later, we were on a plane, the Pacific sunset bleeding red behind us. Neither of us spoke. What could we say when our own blood felt counterfeit? Ibadan welcomed us with heavy heat and the smell of roasted maize. We went straight to the old family house. Mom opened the door before we could knock, as if she'd been waiting all night. Her eyes were swollen. Inside, the air smelled of kerosene and secrets. "No more running," I said. She clasped her hands so tight, her knuckles whitened. "Your real father's name is David Carter," she whispered. "An American. We met when he was working on an agricultural project in Oyo. I loved him, but he left before I knew I was pregnant. James knew from the beginning he chose to be your father." My breath caught. "David Carter now?" Daniel asked. "I don't know. Last I heard, he lived in Chicago." That night, Daniel found him, an old Facebook page. A man with our eyes stared back from a profile picture. I sent a message. "My name is Grace Williams. I believe you're my biological father." Minutes later, 3 dots appeared. Then a reply. I was waiting for this day. Back in Los Angeles, life felt counterfeit. David and I exchanged cautious emails, each word a landmine. Finally, he wrote, If you want answers, come to Chicago. Alone. Daniel refused to let me go by myself. Chicago was gray and cold when it arrived. We met David in a quiet coffee shop near the river. He stood as we entered, tall, salt and pepper hair, eyes so familiar it hurt. Grace, Daniel. His voice trembled. I'm sorry for everything. I kept my hands in my pockets. Why did you leave? He exhaled a long, heavy breath. Your mother asked me to. She loved James. I was young, reckless, and a foreigner in Nigeria. She said the best gift I could give was to disappear. I honored that. You honored it by vanishing for 3 decades? Daniel's voice was sharp. I checked in quietly, David said. Money for school, anonymous donations. Your mother always knew. I watched from a distance. You were never forgotten. We talked for hours about letters he never sent, photos he kept hidden, the love story that unraveled before we were born. When we finally stepped into the cold night, the city lights blurred in the river's reflection. On the flight home, I typed a message to Dad, James Williams, the man who raised us. We know the truth. But you are, and always will be, our father. I hit send. His reply came before we landed. I knew this day would come. I love you both. Nothing changes. Now, back in my quiet apartment with the fridge humming softly, I finally breathe. Ow, my dad. Let's dad. Well, my. The DNA test shattered the story I thought I knew, but it didn't break my family. Blood may reveal origins, but love defines home.